Hello everyone, this is Saurabh from Edureka, and in today's session we'll be focusing on regular expressions in Python. So without any further ado, let us move forward and have a look at the agenda for today. So first we'll see why we use regular expressions. What are the problems that regular expressions helps us to solve? Then we'll see what exactly are regular expressions, and then we'll focus on various operations that you can perform with regular expressions. After that, I'll tell you various applications of regular expressions. We'll start with email verification, then phone number verification, and then finally I'll teach you how to perform web scraping using regular expressions. So I hope the agenda is clear to everyone. If you have any doubts, you can write it down in your chat box, or else you can give me a quick confirmation so that I can move forward. Alright, so Dave says yes. So does Theon, Jason, Ayushi, Jagrati, Mayank, Updesh. Alright, fine guys. So I've got a confirmation from almost everyone. So let us move forward and see why exactly we use regular expressions. So as I've told you earlier as well, we are going to focus on various problems that regular expressions helps us to solve. So this is the first problem, guys. So over here what happens, you have a log file, and from that log file you want only date and time. And as you know, with the format of the log file is not understandable to everyone. So here's a guy who only wants date and time from that log file. So what he can do, he can make use of regular expressions, identify the pattern, and he can actually get the date and time for that particular log file. So this is the first problem. We'll see a lot of more problems which irregular expressions help us to solve. So if you have understood this, you can just give me a thumbs up and I'll move forward. Alright, fine guys. So I've got a confirmation from everyone. So we'll move forward and we'll see the second problem. Now this is the second problem that it helps us to solve. Imagine yourself as a salesperson and you have a lot of email addresses and many of them are fake. So what you can do, you can make use of regular expressions, and all the email addresses have a particular pattern. They have a format. So with the help of regular expressions, you can verify that format and you'll get to know what all email addresses are correct and what all email addresses are fake ones. So as you can see, obviously schash.com is a fake email address. So using the pattern that is there in all the email addresses, you can verify whether that email address is correct or not with the help of regular expressions. Alright, so let's move on and see what are the other problems. So this is the third problem that it helps us to solve. We'll take the same sales guy's example that we have taken in the previous slide. Now over here, that guy has a data of various customers' phone numbers. And we know that a lot of time people don't give the correct phone number because nobody wants a sales guy disturbing them at odd timings, right? So that salesperson has a problem. He wants to know that what all phone numbers are correct and what all phone numbers are fake. So every correct phone number will have a particular pattern or a format. So using regular expressions, he can identify what all phone numbers are correct and what all phone numbers are wrong. And at the same time, different phone numbers that belongs to different countries or different location will have a different format. So again, taking that thing into consideration, he can again use regular expressions and identify to which area it belongs to. Now in this particular example, what I've shown you is, I've shown you two geographical areas. One is India, another is USA. So with the help of regular expressions, you can actually find out what all phone numbers belong to USA and what all phone numbers belong to India. So I hope this is clear to you. So this is the fourth problem, guys. Now over here what happens, you have a student database and that contains name, age, address. Now what happens, there are a lot of students who live in a particular area and the area code of that area is 59006. But what happened, the area code has been updated and it has become 59076. Now if you go manually update that for all the students, that'll take a lot of time. So instead of that, what you can do, you can make use of regular expressions and find out all the area codes from the student database. And after that, you can replace it with the updated area code or the pin code. So as you can see, with regular expressions, you can even replace a particular string. So I hope all the problems that we have discussed till now are clear to you. Alright, so Devon says yes. So does Theon, Jason, Sarah, Ayushi, Jagrati, Updesh, Mayank. Alright. Fine guys, so we'll move forward and we'll see one more reason of using regular expression. So now this is one more reason to use regular expression, because even if you don't have a Python background, if you have any other programming background like Java, PHP, C Hash, Groovy, Swift, Ruby, you can use regular expressions because it is compatible with all of these programming languages. And it is even compatible with JavaScript, although it is not written here, but yeah, it is even compatible with JavaScript. So till now we have seen various reasons to use regular expressions. But I know you guys must be wondering what exactly regular expressions is, right? So don't worry guys, we'll move forward and we'll see what exactly regular expression is. So a regular expression is basically used for describing a search pattern. So you can use regular expression for searching a specific string in a large amount of data. You can even verify that that string has a proper format or not. You can find a string and replace it with another string, and you can even format the data into a proper form for importing, for example. So these are all uses of regular expressions. Now over here I've shown you an example. Here there's a string which is present in which they have written Janice is 22 and Theon is 33, Gabriel is 44 and Joe is 21. So as you can see, what all useful data that I can find from here? Only name and age. I don't want the rest of the things that are present in this string. So what I can do, I can identify a pattern, and with the help of regular expression, I can convert that to a dictionary, and in that dictionary only the name and age will appear. Now my question is to you all guys, can you identify a pattern in order to get the name and age? Just give a guess. You just need to identify the pattern. Alright, so Sarah says all the ages are in the form of integers. Alright Sarah, that's a very nice observation, but what about the names? Alright, so I've got a couple more answers and they say the same thing, that the age is represented with the help of integer numbers, so you can get the integers. For the name, they have no idea how to get it. Don't worry guys, it's totally fine, just give a guess. Alright guys, so let me tell you. So basically if you notice that every name starts with an uppercase first letter. So the first letter of all the names is an uppercase letter. And when we talk about age, all of the age are represented in numbers. So what you can do with the help of regular expression, you can actually find out the 2-digit numbers, and at the same time you can find out the words that starts with an uppercase letter and then it goes on to lowercase letters. And this star actually represents all of them. So you don't need to worry about the syntax that is there in front of your screen. I'll be actually explaining you these things in detail. So you don't need to worry about that. So I hope you have understood the pattern that I'm telling you. Alright, so we have a question from Devon. He's asking, what if this may contain a name of a place? Alright Theon, so this string does not contain a name of a place. That's all I can say right now. If there was a place present here, then we have to look for a different pattern at that time. So basically with RegEx, you have to make sure that you identify the pattern for the string that you want. So it is very important. So let us move forward and I'll open my PyCharm and I'll tell you how to get age and name. Alright, so let's do it. So this is my PyCharm guys. So over here what I need to do is I need to first import the module for regular expressions. For that I'll type import RE, and now I'm going to type in the string that was there in the example. So I'll type in name age equal to, and now I'm going to write it Janice is 22 and Theon is 33. Now the next line I'll write Gabriel is 44, so I forgot the space, and Joey is 21. Now close it. So now for age, I'm going to type in ages equal to, now you don't need to worry about the syntax that I'm going to write. I'm going to tell you all these things in detail. So this is just an example that I'm giving you, that with the help of regular expression you can actually get the name and age. After that I'm going to discuss each and every operation in detail. So what I'm going to type in, you don't need to worry about that. I'm just showing you that you can actually do it. I'm just giving an example. re.find all r 1, 3, because all of my ages are of 2 digits, and then write the name of the string. And for names, what are you gonna do? You're gonna type in names equal to, similar to that, re.find all r, and my first letter is an uppercase letter, that is between A to Z. After that I have lower cases, so I'm going to type in A to Z in lower cases, and then I'm going to put in a star that will actually include all of those, and finally the name of that string, that is name age. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to define a variable and I'm going to name it as ageDict equal to curly braces. Let's keep it empty right now. And now one more variable I'm going to define, that is x is equal to 0. Now I'm going to use a for loop. I'll type in for each name in names age dict. Each name ages x plus equal to 1. Now print this age dict. Yeah. So if you're not able to understand what exactly for loop is and what are dictionaries, so you can go and watch the previous tutorial videos on Python and then come back again. Now let's go ahead and execute this. So yep, you have got the dictionary that includes only name and age of that person. So what I've done here is, what is a pattern? I'm repeating it again. So for all the names, the first letter is an uppercase letter and all the ages are expressed in terms of numbers. So using that pattern, I have got only name and age. So this is just an example. We'll actually see how to perform various operations using regex or regular expressions. So I'll go back to my slides, or if you have any doubts, you can ask me right now. So there are no doubts, so let us go back to our slides. Now let's move forward and understand the cursor operation of regular expression. So basically in both strings and regular expression, both of them have their own cursors. So what happens is, suppose you are searching for R and your regular expression includes R. So your cursor is at R in the regular expression, but for text, it will check for B, it is not equal to R, then E, then again, when it comes to R, it will see that this is what you are searching. So it will stop right there. The moment you search for S, it will go on and it will come towards S. And same goes for N as well. So this is a pretty basic operation, but it will really help you to visualize how things work with regular expressions. So guys, if you have any doubts with respect to what is regular expressions and how things work in it, you can write it down in our chat box. Although this particular slide is pretty simple to understand, I'm just telling you how cursor works in regular expression. This will basically help you to visualize how things work. Alright, so everyone's clear, so we'll move forward and we'll look at various operations that you can perform with regular expressions. So first we'll find a word in a string. So we have a string that says we need to inform him with the latest information. And we need to find the word inform. So let us go ahead and execute this practically. I'll again open my PyCharm. So yeah, this is my PyCharm guys. Let me just first clear it. So let's begin by importing our regular expression module. So for that I'll type import RE. And now we have a sentence and we want to find a word inform there. So what I'll do, I'll just type in if re.search inform, and our string is we need to inform him with the latest information. So this is our string. Give a colon, and now I'm going to type in print there is inform. So let me tell you what I've done here. First, I've imported the regular expression module, and after that I've defined a condition which says that if it is able to search inform in this particular string, that is we need to inform him with the latest information, then it will print there is inform, otherwise it won't print anything. So as you can see that inform is present here, so it should print there is inform. So let us go ahead and execute this. So yep, you can see that it has printed there is inform. Now let's be more specific and suppose we want to find all the matches here. So let's write a method that will do it for us. So for that I'm going to use find all, which will return a list of matches for me. So for that what I'm going to do is I'm going to write in here, let me first remove this. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write in all inform, which is nothing but a name that I've given. You can give whatever name you want. re.findAll. And I've told you earlier as well, find all will return a list of matches. Now over here what I need to find inform. From which string? The string is we need to inform him with the latest information. Alright guys, and so now I'm going to type in a for loop which says that for I in all inform, give a colon, print I. That's it. So now what I've done here, you can see that I've imported the regular expression module. Then I'm using find all, in which it will return all the matches. And what I'm finding inform, and from which string I'm finding inform, this is the string that I'm using. And finally I've used for in order to find all the matches. So let's go ahead and execute this. So yep, it has found inform twice, because you can see that it is available here as well, inform, and even information over here you can see that inform is present. So this is how basically you find a word in a string by the help of a regular expression. So if you have any doubts still here, you can ask me, or else you can give me a confirmation so that I can move forward and explain you other operations that you can perform with regular expressions. Any doubts, guys? So Devon says all clear, so does Jason, Theon, Sarah, Ayushi, Jagrati. Alright, fine guys. So let me first go back to my slides. So we have seen how to find a word in a string. Next, we are going to understand how to generate an iterator. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the starting and the ending index for the word that I'm searching. Over here I'm searching inform, so it'll give me the starting as well as the ending index for all the matches that it finds. So let us go ahead and execute this practically. I'll open my PyCharm once again. Let me remove all of this. And over here I'm going to define a string. So what I'm going to write here is I'm going to write here, we need to inform him with the latest information. Yeah. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate an iterator by using find iterator, and it is going to return the iterator of the matching objects. So basically I'll be printing the starting and the ending index of the matching object. So for that I'll use the for loop. So I'll write in for I in re.find iterator, and I want it for inform, so I'll just type in inform, and now I'm going to type in the name of the string, that is str colon. Now I want that to be converted into a tuple, so for that I'm going to type in locked up equal to I.span, and finally print locked up. So basically it will print the starting and the ending index of the matching object. So let us see if it does that. So yep, so as you can see that for inform the starting index is 11 and the ending index is 17. For information it starts with 38 and ends at 44. So this is how you can actually generate an iterator by using find iterator. And this will return the starting as well as the ending index of the matching object. So if you have any doubts, you can write it down in your chat box. It's pretty easy, guys. Any doubts? Devon says all clear, so does Jason, Dave, Theon. Alright, fine guys. So we'll move forward and we'll have a look at the other operations that you can perform with RegEx. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to match words with a particular pattern. So we have a string in which we have sat, hat, mat and pat. So now my question is to you all guys, what is the pattern that you can see in this particular string, that is sat, hat, mat and pat? Alright, so Devon says at is common in all, so does Sarah, Jason, Theon. Almost everyone says that. Alright guys, nice observation. So let me go ahead with it, and I'm going to show you how you can match words with a particular pattern using RegEx. So first I'm going to open my PyCharm. Let me remove all this. So let me define a string once more. I'll type in str. So we have sat, mat, hat, mat, and we have pat. This is our string. Now I want to match anything that ends with at. So for that I am going to define a variable all str, and now what I'm going to do is re.findAll. Now what I want words that start with S, H, M and P. Alright, and after that it should end with at. So I've written at. It's very simple guys. And now what I'm going to type in, I'm going to type the name of the string, that is str. So this bracket where I've written SHMP, it shows that I'm matching specifically for the words that starts with S, H, M and P. Now I'm again going to use a for loop in which I'm going to type in for I in all string, give a colon, print I. It's that simple. Go ahead and execute this and see what happens. So yep, it prints hat, mat and pat. But one thing to notice here guys, it will not print SAT. Why it is not printing SAT? Because it is an uppercase letter. So if I go here and I make it as capital S and go ahead and execute this, so yep, you can see that even SAT has been printed. So any questions guys you have right now, please write it down in your chat box. Or if you're fine with it, you can give me a confirmation so that I can explain you the other operations that you can perform with regular expressions. Alright, so I've got a confirmation from almost everyone. So let me go back to my slides and see what all other operations that we can perform with regular expressions. Now over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to match series of range of characters. Now what does that mean? Let me explain you with the example that is there. So now what I want here is, I want all the words in which the first letter is between the range H to M. So all the words whose first letter comes in the range H to M should be printed and it should be ending with at. So basically it should print hat and mat because P comes after M, so does S. So it won't print sat and pat. Now let's go ahead and see in our PyCharm whether this happens or not. Now over here what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this S, so does P. Throw in a hyphen here and execute this. So yep, it has printed hat and mat. So if I want all these things to be printed, what I can do is I can write in here Z and execute this. So yep, it has printed hat, mat and pat, but it has not printed sat. Why? Because it starts with an uppercase S. So if I make it as S and I'm going to print this, so yep, it has printed sat as well. Because between H to Z, all S, H, M and P lies. So it has printed all the range of characters whose first letter is present in the range H to Z. So now I can use a caret symbol that will include all the words apart from ones which have the first letter between the range H to M. So let me first make it as M, and now I'm going to use a caret symbol. Yeah. So when I use this caret symbol, this means everything apart from this range, that is H to M. Go on and execute this and you can see it has printed sat and pat but not hat and mat because of the caret symbol that I've just shown you, right? So I hope you all are clear with how to actually find a range of characters in a string. Alright, so everyone's clear. So I'll open my slides once again. And now what I want to replace a particular string. So as you can see in the example, I have a string in which we have hat, rat, mat and pat. But I want to replace this rat. I don't like rats. Alright, so jokes apart, I want to replace this rat and I want to replace it with the word food. Now let me show you how actually you can do that. I'll again open my PyCharm. Let me first remove all of this. I'll define a string. I'll name it as food. Although there won't be any food items in it, but yeah, just for the demonstration purpose. Hat, rat, mat and pat. Now I want to replace rat with food. So now I'm going to compile our regular expression into what are called pattern objects. And pattern objects provides us with additional methods, and one of which is substitute. Let me show you how you can do that. Just type in RegEx, for example. Yeah, RegEx equal to re.compile, and I want to compile R which ends with at, and now in the string food I want to substitute it. So I'll type in regex dot sub. What I want to substitute? I want to substitute food. In which string I want to substitute? I want to do that in the string food itself. So yeah. And now finally go on and print it. So as you can see, we have hat, food, mat and pat. So we have replaced rat with food. So this is a pretty simple examples that I'm giving you right now, but with these basics you can actually go on and find out a pattern and you can perform a lot of operations. So if you have any doubts or any queries with respect to how to replace a string, you can write it down in your chat box. Any queries, any doubts guys. Now there's one very important thing that I want to talk about. It is called solving the backslash problems. Now let me show you what I'm talking about. So I have a string, let me name it as a random string. So I'll write it rand str equal to, here is Drogba. Alright. So when I go on and print this, let me show you what comes. So we got only single backslash, but we have typed in here double backslashes. So this is what I'm talking about. Now in order to solve this problem, what I can do is I can make use of regular expressions. So let me show you how you can do that. So all you need to do is you need to type in re.search. So this is re is basically, we call it as a raw string. So raw string will treat backslashes as special. So let me show you how it will do. I'll just type in re.search, then r quotation Drogba, comma, and the name of the string, that is random string. Go ahead and execute this. So yep, it has solved our problem, and you can see that double backslash appears over here. So this is what I'm talking about, the backslash problem. If you have any doubts, any queries, you can write it down in your chat box. I'll be happy to help you. Alright, so we have no doubts. Let me open my slides again and we'll have a look at the other operations that you can perform with random strings, that you can perform with regular expressions. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to match a single character. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as my string, and now I want to print only the 5th digit, so it should print 5. But before that, we'll have a look at a couple more examples in which I'll be telling you about how to deal with white spaces. So let me open my PyCharm again. Let me remove all of this. Yeah. So now I'm going to define one more string. Let me name it as random string equal to keep the blue flag flying high, and Chelsea, this is nothing but my favorite club. And let me just print this random string. So that's printed keep the blue flag flying high. Now let's go ahead and remove the new lines with a space. So for that, what I need to do is, again, I'm going to define a variable. Let me name it as regex equal to re.compile. We have talked about compile in the previous example, so I hope you can remember it. So the symbol for new line, that is a \n. Then I'm going to type in the random string equal to regex, substitute it with what? What do you want to substitute it with? Just a space, right? So just give a space in between. That's pretty easy, and just type in here random string. Now go ahead and print this random string. Yeah. So as you can see earlier, it was like this: keep the blue flag in one line, flying high in one line, Chelsea in one line. But with the help of regular expression, I have replaced the new lines with a space. So this is how you can work out with white spaces. So this is how you can work with white spaces. Now there are other white spaces that you'll be able to work with. For example, let me just show you. So you have a \b that stands for what? It stands for backspace. Then you have \f for form feed. Then you have \r for carriage return. Similarly, you have \t for tab, and you have vertical tabs as well. So for that we have \v vertical tab. So these are the white spaces that you can work with. Now let's see how to match a single character that we have discussed in our slides. So let me first remove all of this. All right. So let me define one more variable. I'll name it as random string again. And I'm going to type in here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now what I'm going to type in print matches. I'm going to give a colon, and then I'll type in length re.findAll \t in a random string. Now over here you can notice that we have \t. So basically this \d will match any numbers, any numbers which are present. But if I write a capital D over here, so it will match anything but a number. So let me keep it as \d and print this and show you what it will give us. So we have 5 matches. As you can see that we have 5 digits. Now if I make it as capital D, so that will return me everything but the digits. So let me just show you. I've converted this to capital D. Go on and execute this. So we have 0 matches now. So now if I want to match a specific digit, I'll be using curly braces. So let me show you how you are going to do it. So in the curly braces, just type in 5 and it should print that for us. So yep, it has found one match that is present over here. So what I'll do, I'll clear this again and I'm going to define in one more variable. Say let it be num. Over here I have 1, 2, 3. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now we can even match digits with a certain range. Let's say our range is between 5 to 7. So for that what I'm going to type in, I'm going to type in a print statement and again I keep it as matches, give a comma, and now I'm going to type in length re.findAll. What I'm searching for digits, so \d. And what is my range? Range is between 5 to 7. Give a comma and then type in the string name, that is num. Go ahead, execute this and it finds 3 matches because over here we have 5, over there we have 5 and 6, over here we have 5, 6 and 7. So it has found the 3 matches that we were talking about. So this is how you can perform basic operations using regular expressions. So if you have any doubts, any queries, you can write it down in your chat box. I'll be happy to help you guys. Any questions? So we have no questions. So let me open my slides again. Now we have seen all basic operations that you can perform with regular expressions. Now how about I show you what are the various applications of regular expressions. I'm going to take in some use cases, a problem statement, and I'm going to show you how you can use regular expressions in order to solve those problems. How about that, guys? Alright, so I see a lot of people are interested in that. So without any further ado, let us move forward and see how you can do that. Alright, so we have a first problem in which we need to verify the phone numbers. So we have a list of phone numbers and the general format of a phone number is it should start with 3 digits, then a hyphen sign, then 3 middle digits and the 3 digits in between and a sign and then 4 digits in the end. So this is what our basic format of a number is. So let us go back to our PyCharm and verify these numbers with the help of regular expressions. Let me remove all of this. So before I start writing down the code, let me explain you something. So we have \w. So basically what it does is, it is same as writing down lowercase a to z, uppercase a to z, even numbers and underscore. So lowercase w is actually equal to this thing that I've typed here. So it will match anything that is inside the brackets. When we talk about uppercase \w, it will match anything but the things inside the braces. So it is similar to using a caret inside the brace. So I'll just show you. So it will match everything but the things that are present inside the braces. So this is what I'm going to use in order to write the code for validating phone numbers. So let me just make a string that has my phone numbers. So I'll just type in as phone and I'll put here 412 555 and say 1212. Alright. Now I'm going to use a condition statement that says if re.search, so anything that has 3 digits, then it should have a hyphen sign. Then again anything that has 3 digits, then again a hyphen sign, and anything that has 4 digits. Give a colon, go on, and print it is a phone number. Now basically instead of \w, I can even use as \d because all of these are digits. But let me just keep it as \w only and go on and print this. So yep, it is a phone number. But what if I am going to change here and I'm going to make it as 5551. Let me show you. It is not printing anything because our regular expression says that it will take only 3 digits. Now as I've told you earlier as well, W takes A to Z lowercase and uppercase as well. So even if I replace it with D, it won't matter. Let me show you. Go on, execute this. So yep, it has not printed anything, but if I go on and remove this one and print it again, so yep, it has printed a phone number. Now if I would have added here A as well, it won't print that. So yeah. So basically I wanted to tell you what \w is. That's why I've written it over here. Now let me tell you a use case of this \w as well. So if you want to see that a full name is a valid full name or not, so what you can do is you can use \w at that time. So basically why I've explained you \w is this is how you can use \w. Alright, I'll give you one more example. So now let me remove all of this and now we'll see if the full name is valid or not. Basically there should be a space between first and last name. So for that I'm going to use a \s, which is same as writing down \f, that is form feed, or a \n, that is a new line, or a \r, that is a carriage return, or a \t, that is tab or vertical tabs. So it is pretty much similar to that. So it is exactly the same. Similarly, if I write here an uppercase S, can you guess what it will be? Alright, so everybody almost guessed it. So basically it will be equal to a caret and form feed, new line, \r, tab, as well as vertical tabs. So it will include anything but \f, \n, \r, \t, and \v. Let me just comment this. Alright. So now let us go ahead and validate whether a valid full name is present or not. So for that what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in a condition if re.search. Now over here what I need to do is, can you guys tell me? Alright, so first I'm going to type in W and range of W should be between 2 to 20. Then in between I want a space, so I can just type in as, now in between what I want, I can have either a new line or a tab or a vertical tab, anything like that. So I can give a \s and one more \w for the last name, and the range of the last name can be from 2 to 20. And finally I'm going to write the name. I'm going to write my own name, give a colon, and print full name is valid. Go ahead and execute this. So yep, as you can see that it has printed the full name is valid. So if I convert this lowercase s to an uppercase s, it will basically be equal to a caret and form feed, new line, vertical tabs. So anything apart from all of these. So I hope you have understood the concept that I've explained to you till now. If you have any doubts or any questions, you can write it down in your chat box. Any doubts, guys? Alright, so we have no doubts. So now I'm going to move back to my presentation again. So now this was one use case. Now a second use case is we need to verify the email addresses. So our email addresses should have 1 to 20 lowercase and uppercase letters, numbers, plus, period, underscore, percentage, plus, minus. It should have an @ symbol. Then again 2 to 20 lowercase and uppercase letters, numbers, plus, period, and a hyphen. Then we should have one more period, and then 2 to 3 lowercase and uppercase letters. So let me go ahead and show you practically how you can do it. Let me remove all of this. And first write a list of emails. So you can write it as sk@aol.com. I can have md@.com, SEO.com. Now I can have one more and I can name it as dc@.com. Let me just remove the space. Alright. So now what I'll type in print email matches, give a colon, and after the space I'm going to type in length re.findAll, open the parentheses, and over there in the square braces, what I want first, I want anything, then I want a period, I want underscore, percentage, plus, hyphen, close the braces, and it should range between say 1 to 20. After that what I want @. After @ I want anything, so for that I'll type \w dot, that is period, then I want a hyphen, and what should be the range? It should be between 2 to 20 characters. After that I want a period, and then I want uppercase and lowercase letters, then it should range between 2 to 3. Email. Alright guys, go ahead and execute this. So it has found only one match, so which is sk@aol.com. Now if I actually copy paste this once more in the end and print this, so yep, we have two matches. So this is how you can match the email address. You just need to identify the format of it and you can do it. Any doubts, any queries guys, you can write it down in your chat box. Any questions? Alright, so we have no doubts. Now let us move forward and see the third application of Python regular expressions. So you can perform web scraping using regular expressions. Now what is web scraping? Let me explain you with a flow diagram that is there in front of your screen. So we have websites, right? And obviously these websites contains multiple web pages. Now if I want to scrape some useful information from those web pages, I can use web scraping and extract that content, and I can save it wherever I want. I can save it in an XML format or a CSV, basically however I want to save. So you can do that with Python regular expressions. So in our case, what we are going to do, there's a website, and that website we have phone numbers, we have addresses. So what we are going to do, we are going to write a code in order to get only the contact numbers from there. And how are we going to do that? We are going to do that with the help of a regular expression. So for that, I'm again going to open my PyCharm. So guys, I've already written the code. So over here, I've imported a couple of libraries in the beginning, which are used to perform web scraping. I mean, they are used basically to read the web page. Then we have findAll, which we have discussed earlier as well. Now, this is the URL that I'm talking about, right? So let me just copy this, and I'm going to show it to you in my browser how it looks like. So this is how our web page looks like. So we have name here, we have the address, then finally we have the phone numbers. Now notice the pattern in the phone number. We have 3 digits inside the parenthesis, then again we have 3 digits, then we have a hyphen, and then finally we have 4 digits. Just keep this pattern in mind, and we are going to write a code in order to scrape only the phone numbers from this particular website. Now let me close right now. Alright, fine. So now you've seen the URL, right? So apart from that, whatever things that are there, actually we have covered that in the web scraping tutorial, so you're pretty much aware about it. So what is this? We are basically reading the content that is there in our particular website. Now we'll focus on the regular expression part. So you know what exactly findAll is, we have discussed that. Now since we want only digits, so we are going to make use of this particular identifier, and inside the curly braces I have written 3, which means that there'll be 3 digits inside the parenthesis. After that there's a space, then again we have 3 digits, then we have a hyphen, and then finally we have 4 digits. Then save it in HTML str, and then finally print it. Now let us go ahead and execute this and see what happens. So we have scraped all the phone numbers that were there. This is how it looks like, and we made use of regular expressions. So you can use regular expressions for web scraping as well. Fine guys, this is it for today's session. If you have any questions, any doubts, you can write it down in your chat box. I'll be happy to help you. Alright, Janice says amazing session. Thank you, Janice, for those kind words. Any questions, guys, you can ask me. Fine, so we have no questions, so I'll just move forward and give you a brief summary of what all things we have discussed till now. So first, we understood why we need regular expressions and what exactly it is. Then we focused on various operations of regular expressions. And then we focus on 3 applications of regular expressions, starting with email verification, phone number verification, and web scraping. So till now, any questions, guys? I'm again repeating, any questions, you can write it down in your chat box. Fine. So we have no questions. So this video will be uploaded into your LMS. You can go through it. If you have any questions or doubts, you can bring it at the next class, or you can ask our 24/7 support team as well. Thank you and have a great day.
I hope you enjoyed listening to this video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries, and we will reply to them at the earliest. Do look out for more videos in our playlist and subscribe to our Edureka channel to learn more. Happy learning!